This is, are you filming? This is Jeff Zahner. He is the owner of Chattooga Gardens in Cashiers, North Carolina. We love Chattooga Gardens. We come here regularly. We call it stealth gardening, even when he's after hours, but we love this. So Jeff has very graciously gotten together some different plants for us to look at and to learn from that are available and do well in Western North Carolina and probably in lots of other places too. Take it away, Jeff.
Well, I have
Hey, darling.
a number of good things to share with you today. Everyone loves blueberries, I think, and that's why they're probably on the top of my list. This is my favorite. And they do well here. They grow here in the wild, all over our mountains. And we actually have, in the southeast, 25 different species of blueberries. And out of those, 3 or 4 are the main ones that provide the fruiting blueberries that we all know and love. And they love our soils here because they're well drained and sandy and acidic soils, which is why, of course, rhododendrons do so well here too. And if you have a sunny place and want to grow some fruit, they're one of the easier plants to grow and quite rewarding. A lot of them are now have been selected now for more ornamental interest, not just good berries, but you also get really pretty foliage on them. Mainly, some have pretty foliage all summer and then really good fall color. So they're kind of multi-season plants, and there are many different sizes, from real low ground covers, which are very useful, and they all require sun for the most part, or some shade is okay. But the real low ground cover types are very useful in rockeries and places. And then there's medium high or half high blueberries. And then most of the commercial blueberries are the ones that get about 6 feet tall, or 6 to 8 feet. And most of them will get about that big in the garden over time. The southern rabbit eye blueberry is the one that's most common in the deep south. But really up here we use the northern high bush blueberry and its cultivars. All those are excellent landscape plants to work in. They're just usually some that'll fit in almost all landscape situations. And I have a couple here that are some new introductions. One is it's most notable, and it's not showing its berries. I mean, right now it has green berries.
I'll be your Vanna.
But this is actually selected. It's called pink lemonade.
Oh.
And it was selected for these pink blueberries. So is it really blueberries or a pink berry? So they taste just like blueberries, but they're pink. Yeah. And it has very pretty blue foliage and a kind of a wispy habit.
It looks green, but it's really blue. that's known for the blueberry. And this is a pretty thing.
This is a bigger one in the back here, so it makes a very nice, thick and rounded, bushy. This one didn't fruit as well this year because I got a late frost, but these did fruit very well.
Looks like you could take the hedge clippers to it almost.
And you could make a really nice hedge with it. And then there's some new introductions that were more bred for small size, for say small patio gardens or something.
Nice? The fruit on there.
There's a whole new marketing line of plants called brazzleberries. They're coming out in several different markets and getting a lot of promotion. But
this one's jelly bean.
They were selected for either compact habit or really nice foliage, or really being very fruitful. And jelly bean's a really good one for a patio garden, or smaller place where you could not fit one of the bigger growing blueberries. So they're very useful.
That's great.
Pretty foliage in season, and then good fall color later.
So if we have a hill that's got some erosion, and we're putting some blueberries out there.
Mm-hmm.
Which one would you recommend for that? It's just a back hill. We don't really do anything, but we'd like it to at least have something green on it.
Well,
Other than a road.
Hey, this is a great choice.
Any of them, and it's good to have a mixture of varieties for the cross-pollination. And it's basically cross-pollination produces more and better quality fruit. And a lot of that occurs since we have so many blueberries that grow in nature. The bees are very efficient at doing that cross-pollinating. So it's a little less important here, but I would just choose ones that kind of fit in the space, whether you know you want to keep something low or something that can get bigger. Might drive the cultivar selections. And then just use a whole lot of pine bark. They like an acidic soil, and pine bark breaks down to a good well-drained acidic soil amendment. And
the bears like these? I bet they do.
bears love blueberry.
Yeah, they love them.
So plant enough for you and the birds and the bears.
And the squirrels. I'm like,
I love this display you put together for us.
Just pulled a few things out of the jungle there, just to talk about. One thing that's close to Mary Palmer's heart is, of course, elderberries, and this elderberry is just our native eastern elderberry, and it actually grows everywhere from Canada to here, and then all the way down to into Central America, the same species.
Isn't that
It's
cool?
a very wide range. Normally grows in moist areas where there's more soil moisture, but mainly it has beautiful flowers, and it really is showy in bloom.
There's those white flowers along the side of the road you see a lot. We're going to be making wine and cordials out of that this summer at that lecture.
It's worth growing
then
just for its
bitters
flowers
later.
alone, and then later in the summer it turns to these really dark purple berries. And
who wants the cordial?
Yeah, so this is the native one. And look, it's got a baby flower coming out.
And then hey, she wants to help. Zoe took a dust bath. And then the European species, which is very close to the North American,
Pretty.
Is this not gorgeous?
Has-
I've never seen this
And
until
that's an
this
elderberry
year.
has
too?
several
Elderberry?
several selections for fancy leaves or colorful foliage. That golden ferny foliage is awesome.
That's called
And this is a new one.
Lemony
It's called Lemony Lace, which is good, real good name for that one. And
Lemony lace is going to
I
my
think it's going
garden,
to be about
most definitely.
6 by 6 feet, where some of them get much bigger.
So this is going to come in
How
purple
big is that
also.
going to get, did you say?
Probably in the 6 by 6 foot range.
Look at
These will
aren't
probably
these
grow
beautiful?
up to 10 feet.
And look how the pretty foliage in the center comes out. This is like really a hot plant in my book. Love this.
It is beautiful. There are some older.
Absolutely. I've been working on a tree over here for about 3 years now, and it's one of these European ones, the European elderberry. Sambucus blooms a little earlier than the native one, so we raid his plant here by the garden shed, and then we wait for these to come out and mix them. And it actually has this one has a little bit better flavor than the native does. We don't know why, it just has more flavor.
Are they all that big, or do you have smaller ones?
Oh my gosh, these get to be enormous.
No, I said right now. They have some
I don't
containers.
have smaller of the lemony lace. But, this is one of the more old-fashioned variegated ones. So you can see the flower that's classic.
Yeah.
So this will still flower and fruit. The flowers might just get lost in there when that's big and colorful. And then there's a new one that's called Black Tower, which is a really dark foliage with a pretty pink and white in the flower. And it will grow into more of a columnar form.
Yeah, this one's new to me too. I've seen the one that has this ferny foliage that's purple with pink flowers. I can't wait to try that.
Black Tower is its name. I think real dramatic with the contrast between the flower and the foliage.
So you could actually be connoisseurs and just have like 5 different types of elderberry / elderflower and do a lot of cooking and bottling with those. And it's extremely healthy. These are very medicinal. I love them. They taste great in bitters.
They've been used for centuries in Europe for medicinal qualities and for flavoring a very refreshing drink
I would have no clue that
in
was the
Europe.
same thing. Matter of fact, I'd argue it wasn't.
Yeah.
No.
So let's see what
Forget
you've
the
got
name
so
of it.
many great things.
There's a soda pop that's real popular in Central Europe, made with elderberry flowers. I'm forgetting the name.
There's a Saint Germain liqueur.
In the liqueur.
Yeah, that's really all elderflower. Lots of champagne cocktails have that in it for wedding parties. And then there's one called Frise, elderflower Frise, which is the one that's like soda pop. So, thank you, Jeff. That was fun to see these varieties. I've not seen too.
It's a viburnum that's native to the northeastern U.S. and gets really pretty lace cap flowers on it. The flowers almost look like a lace cap hydrangea. But they get a cluster of bright red berries.
Aren't these pretty?
And very good fall color. And so it has edible berries for us, and of course the birds love them as well. Will grow into a pretty large shrub, 10 by 10 feet.
You've got my favorite thing right here.
And then,
yay!
this is unusual in the world of fruits and edibles, but the native spice bush is Lindera and grows along creeks and mountainsides here throughout western North Carolina. And some people are first familiar with it when they learn that the spice bush swallowtail has to have this for its larvae to feed on. And
what we use it for in foraging is these sticks are sort of straight, and when you put like your smoked trout or something on it, or vegetables with bigger sticks, it gives the flavor into the vegetable, which I didn't know about that. And the chefs in Asheville, North Carolina will kill for this plant. So grow a lot of it and you'll have a little side business going. But I want to take this one home with me.
You like them all.
I love them all. And I definitely want a lot of this because I like the idea of growing spice
and
bush.
they have pretty little red fruits on the female plants. It's a dioecious plant, so there's male and female like a holly. And it has little red berries that are really pretty in the fall. And the birds like those as well. And then beautiful butter yellow fall color. So it's a very nice fall color plant.
And is it alkaline or acid soil?
Acid. It grows here.
Great.
Grows here just within a couple of miles of here. Grows wild.
Do you need the male and female?
Well, there's enough in the woods that I think you would get pollination.
Okay.
I don't know which these are until they actually have a fruit.
So it doesn't matter. You don't need to know.
One other thing, this is called choke cherry. It's not necessarily used very much for edible, but it's very good for birds and wildlife. And some people do collect the berries when they're fruit and make either a juice or a jams out of it.
Maybe they can keep them off the ones you want to eat.
Right. Right. So it's
If they get full on that, they won't take yours.
this one I believe will go about still about 8 feet tall.
And what's interesting is you'll see choke cherry or chokeberry listed on ingredients for like some mixed jams. And so, because it's hard to collect so much, they might mix it with blackberry or something else. But so you get choke cherry, blackberry. And I would suggest this is one, all of these, we should look up in the Plants of the Cherokees book and find out what they used them for. I think it's fascinating. I think we'll find out a lot of very fascinating things with the spice bush. Super.